Stories are trying to understand life's quagmires. My name is Osadumebi, and every week I will tell you a short story written by a Nigerian writer or author. That's the long and short of it. So without much ado, this week's story is by Onyinye Kalu, and it's titled, How to Never Be Enough. You will probably start off by being a girl, an only child, whose name is susceptible to change. You will see it in your father's eyes, only a few times, because he is that good at showing how grateful he is to have you first of all. But those other times when the thought crosses his mind are not easy to look away from, so it will be all that matters. You will see it also on his prayer request cards. More children, sons. Sons who will be able to carry on his name after you have been carted away by marriage. Sometimes, you will not even need to look for it because it will come at you when he is angry. When he tells you he has got nothing more to offer you than your education, because through the lens of culture, you are merely a thing to be owned by a husband. After being shadowed by your father's two names in your name, it will next be another man's name, so you are therefore unable to do much for his future after he dies. You will realize there is such a thing as liking boys. In more plain words, you will break your mother's heart. It will not seem like it at first. Not when you're attempting to understand the meaning of the fluttering feelings in your belly, the quickening of your pulse, and the rising heat within whenever he walks close enough to brush his adolescent hands against yours, and in the times when he smiles with his eyes glued to yours. The foreign feeling will enthrall you, and you will find yourself thinking of it at night instead of sleeping. So much so that you are groggy when woken up to prepare for school the next day. You will only realize you have broken your mother's heart when she looks at you with a pained expression after she finds, while looking through your school bag, one of the many love letters you exchanged with said adolescent hands which caused flutters. You will not understand how it was your fault for feeling the way you did. And she will not remember that it was probably the most normal thing for your age, or that she too felt this way once. You will not know how to speak your native language. It had never truly mattered for the first 14 years of your life while you were perfecting the art of the universal language, English. It never mattered, not to your father at least. But it will begin to matter when, after your visit to the village, your paternal uncles and relatives start to worry and talk. Your cousins in the village will share inside jokes, and then they will make fun of you for not understanding them, like it was human mockery and not the native language you didn't understand. Even some of your Uber drivers would righteously assume as much when they guess your culture from your name and begin conversing in your native language. Their face is falling when you politely respond in the universal language, telling them that you don't understand the native one. Everyone, including your parents, will look at you like an alien for not caring that you didn't seem to fit in with their cultural puzzle, forgetting that all they ever spoke to you in the 14 years prior was exactly what you were now using to respond to them. And then one day, you will reach an achievement in the eyes of your mother that you are not sure you will ever be able to top. You will see and remember way too easily the pride in her eyes when she walked on the stage to receive the awards with you. And you will be reminded ever so swiftly by her words when she tells you of how she is expecting more from you. You know she doesn't know how much pressure she is putting on you. And you know she only means well. But all that knowing does not help satiate the growing fear As you grow older and get closer to the time to deliver your promise of doing better, your smiles will be in a more reserved manner whenever she uses you as an example to your younger cousins. You sincerely do not want anyone looking up to you because you are in fact the best at making bad decisions. But you will put a lid on your screaming insides and you will do your best, hoping it will somehow suffice. Graduating from aforementioned fluttering feelings, you will not know how to keep your feelings at bay. You will start by never truly knowing where you stand and how much you mean. You will underestimate, and most of the times, you will overestimate. And because you feel too deeply, you will scare them all away, as most cannot deal with the intensity of love. They may never understand the depth of what you feel for them, because the most beautiful things in this world are beyond the processing of fools. And because birds who flock together have brains that malfunction for the same reason, you too will become a similar specification of foolish. So you will carry on from one broken relationship to another, like you are somehow the problem, because no one you will be with will know how to first love themselves enough to appreciate, let alone reciprocate the love you will show them, or understand the things you make them feel. Eventually, they will all leave, and you will somehow end up never being enough again. Onyinye Kalu is a writer who resides in Abuja. She writes to explore the depths of her being and to understand the unique experiences which shape our lives. You can read more of her work on Substack at As I Live and Breathe, and connect with her on Instagram at Onyi Reads and Writes. Details and links will be in the episode description. If you've got a story you would like to be featured on this podcast, or a published book you want to make into an audiobook, I would love to hear from you. Send an email to info@osadumebi.com or send me a message at Osadumebi on either Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, or X. I look forward to collaborating with you. And if you've enjoyed this week's episode, please subscribe, leave a review, and share this episode with that one person you know will enjoy listening. Tell them that stories are a good escape for a few minutes each week.